Hello, artists. It's Mew doing more of my Greek god designs. This time with my designs of Cronus, Uranus, and Poseidon. So, like I said last time, Cronus is associated with grain, though it seems he might not necessarily be a god of grain. I mean, he's not a god; he's a titan. But he is not a time god. That is Cronus. Cronus is the guy I'm drawing here. And since Rhea got the black hair, obviously I decided Cronus will be the redhead, and I also decided to give him heterochromia. Brown, I feel, would have worked better just because, grain, sort of brown, but also grain goes into the dirt, right? I do like the end result, though, so I'm not complaining. I also gave him a bunch of grain accessories, though I struggled, so I don't know if it's right. I don't always incorporate their statue in art depictions, but I decided to incorporate the chiton that's kind of exposing half his chest. It felt right. He did have a beard in the depictions I have of him, but I wasn't sure how to make that work with straight hair. I think, beards are not really straight, they're always kind of wavy or wiry. So, no beard, just the long hair, and I gave him a bun up top. Not too sure what compelled me to do that, but it felt right. His chiton is also brown because grain, dirt, yellow probably would have been better, but I made yellow Rhea's color, and I don't want them to overlap too much. They're already siblings to begin with. They don't need to look too much more alike than they already do. Sandals are also sort of trying to mimic what grain looks like. I keep doing that, but I don't know. I think that's fun. I don't see people doing that, so fuck it. I also wanted to make him muscly, but I also made him have thick thighs for some reason. Completely by accident, but I'm not complaining either. As for character comments on Cronus, I wonder if he I wonder if he knows that he's basically become like his father. I wonder, is he okay with that? Or does he get sad to realize he's become basically what he swore to destroy? Okay, so for the first few I did on my own, I did not have any judgment or suggestions from outside audiences, but after Cronus is when I started posting and getting judgment. So far, people have only seen my Zeus when I was writing the script. At this point, I'm all caught up, but, people liked my Zeus, even though it was kind of basic, so I'm glad. Did start collecting a list of deities to do. I've been more invested in Tomodachi Life lately, so it's mostly just been growing. I haven't been actually taking stuff off the list very much yet. And Uranus and Gaia were already on the list as well, so it makes it easier. So if there's characters I want to do, I don't have to draw too many characters first. When I spun the wheel, Uranus was who I got next, who was someone I was considering doing next anyway, so, So initially, I wanted the primordial deities to not look extremely human. I wanted them to be more like Lore Olympus, overly sarcastic productions style, where they have, the inhuman skin. But I didn't do that for Uranus, honestly. I'm not ruling the idea out entirely, though. I may give to Gaia and some of the other primordial deities instead. Plus, if we're doing the genetics thing, then someone's gotta get the human skin colors, so Uranus gets it. And since Uranus is a sky god and Zeus is a sky and thunder god, I thought they should look alike. It makes sense. Zeus got his hairstyle, sorta eye color, and skin color from him. I think Uranus's eye shape is more like Rhea and Demeter's. I don't want to constantly just have the men mostly inheriting from the men. I was kind of doing that. I also gave him Rhea's nose shapes. His eyebrows are weird, they're thin, and I wanted them to sort of resemble Zeus's, but without the more literal thunderbolts. Did it work? I don't know. I also toyed with the idea of giving them the same chitons. The idea in my head was that Zeus inherited it from Uranus. I did like the idea, but in the end, I thought a glowing white chiton to mimic the sun was a better idea, because, there's a lot of stuff in the sky. The sky is not just the sky. There's the clouds, the sun, the moon, stars. I guess that's more at night, but, I also realized I kind of stole the idea from overly sarcastic productions by accident. But they're not the first to do that. There's other people that have done this, so, you know. Plus, my Uranus is more sunset colored, while I think Red's is more like day and night. So I think there's enough difference for it to work out. And Red can't really get too complicated because it's for YouTube mythology stories. While my designs are one-offs, so they can be as complicated as I want. I mean, who knows? Maybe if I like them enough, I'll steal them and use them for something else. But, you know. I gave him a cloud-like laurel wreath and cloud earrings, and I also had the brief idea to include more things in the sky, like the sun and moon, maybe stars, but honestly, I wouldn't be sure to fit that in, so I think I'm okay with Uranus not being too simple. Or not being simple. Well, he is simple. Whatever. I do need to study feet, though, because I feel like the more I draw these, I'm like, damn, these all look kind of weird. Okay, I could have sworn that I wrote a little script for Poseidon, and, am I missing? No, I'd swear to, didn't I write one for Poseidon? Hello? I guess I didn't write that. I swear I remember writing a script for the Poseidon design, but apparently I didn't. Okay, okay, so for Poseidon, I think here is like, well, this is like the last one that I made. I think I finished this either like just before or during when Tomodachi Life came out. I can't remember. But this was also kind of another shift in these designs because initially I wanted to be like, let's keep genetics in mind, but now I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to keep that in there because I don't know. Is it? Does it limit my designs? Like, they're gods. Like, does genetics like factor in that much? Do I really? Do I need to care about that? I don't know. Um. Okay, so for Poseidon, I did look at his like depictions, which honestly they seem like quite similar to Zeus, but you know. I was like thinking, well, if presumably he lives underwater, which like I'm pretty sure he does, I was like, well, I think maybe he should be like, there's a word for it, but I wanted him to just be like dressed and look better for swimming around under the water. So shorter chiton, short hair. I think at some point I wanted him to have like a long ponytail or something, but it's not that long. I guess for men this is longer than what most men would have, but still short in my eyes. If you're new here, it's like long-haired men are like my thing. Like they have beautiful long hair that they could probably like sit on. But you know, I also took the blue hair from Uranus. Honestly, Uranus doesn't even have blue hair. It's like a darkish purple, maybe kind of blue if you squint. It's not really blue, but that's my justification if I even decide to keep going with the genetics thing. Who knows if I will? I don't know. Eye shape, I think it's definitely Rhea, but like without the little eye thingies. And I also decided like a deeper tan, because I remember like reading about how like if mermaids were actually real, like their skin would probably be like very dark because like something to do with the sun. I don't know. So that's my justification. It's supposed to be a very deep tan. I'm not sure. That was like on a Tumblr post, I think though. So if I don't know how correct that is, but fuck it, who cares? Face shape. I think that came more from Rhea. I think the way I drew Cronus kind of is confusing with the head shape. Nose, I think that comes more from Rhea. He looks a lot like Rhea, not gonna lie. I took a lot from Rhea. And obviously because he's like the god of the water, a lot of blues. I realized, I didn't give him a laurel wreath or any kind of crown. Why didn't I don't remember why I did that. This wasn't even from that long ago. I finished this design like fucking, what is my Patreon? April 15th. That was like 9 days ago. That wasn't that long, and I already forget my justification. But yeah, I'm like, damn, I could have just done like a watery laurel wreath. What the hell? I did try to include like little bits of like the various like symbols. Like he literally has a trident. I think the fish is just kind of like, it's not too specific, but like the fish, he's got the fins, so like, I mean, that's just like general aquatic stuff. I think his head fin is supposed to be kind of like a dolphin. I also had the idea of giving him heels on his feet to look like horses, but I didn't keep that, but that was in the sketch. And I dropped the bowl thing. No, actually, I think the head was just more fish-like. He has a dolphin thing on his belt. So, but yeah, that was after, not after, but, yeah, now as of recording this, these are all the stuff I made before Tomodachi Life came out, so, I thought I would just be, like, making, like, one of these a day, approximately. That's not gonna be the case anymore. But I'm still gonna make these. It's just these videos of the Greek gods. Either it's just gonna be one god for one video, or they're just not gonna be as frequent. I don't know yet. We'll find out, I guess. But like I do have plans. I'm gonna draw 2 Greek gods in May. One of them's gonna be Hades. I don't know who the other is gonna be just yet, but we'll figure it out soon. We don't have to figure these things out immediately. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you like my Greek god designs. I was looking at another artist. I've been looking at a few different like Greek god drawings, and I was like, damn, these are very plain, but I mean, even if these are super plain, I'm still having fun. I don't know. I feel like some of these are like hard to work with. Like Goddess of Marriage. I feel like not a whole lot you can do. Goddess of Motherhood. I did not know what to do for Rhea. So, and I'm not good at drawing men if they're not super feminine. So I think I'll get to the more interesting gods to draw soon, I hope. Anyways, if you like this video, consider checking out my other stuff I draw on my YouTube channel. It's a lot of art stuff. There's some like redesigns on there, although I guess the redesigns are kind of old, but it's okay. You should also consider checking out my book. It's called The Fall, and it's about why you shouldn't befriend to people that have really bad reputations. In a nutshell, basically. If you want to know more, just look up my book, The Fall by Mewkitten. There's a link in my description for my bookshop, which basically it helps me make a little bit extra more money than if you just bought it literally anywhere else. Just a tiny bit extra money. If you don't want to do that, that's okay too. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Yeah, that's it. Bye!